pada śnieg, dzwonią dzwonki sań. So like 5 or 6 years ago, I had this thing when I watched a few of my favorite cartoons in the original English version. And after that, I never watched Braceface in the Polish version again. And I also noticed that Life with Louie is better in Polish. It's one of the very few things that are actually better in the Polish translation. So, along with Shrek. Yeah. And when I watched the English version, I barely understood anything, especially Andy, because I don't know, his talking was just pretty much mumble to me. He has a specific accent, so I barely heard the words in what he was even saying. And he is supposed to be a very funny character in the series, and I couldn't understand anything he was saying, so it was kind of weird. I probably turned it off after like 3 minutes. So I really wanted to do something for Christmas, something special, so we'll watch a Christmas episode of Life with Louie in English. And I know that my English improved incredibly throughout the 5 or 6 years, but I'm curious if I'm gonna understand what Andy is saying. It's an episode that I haven't watched even a single minute of, and yeah, it's gonna be just kind of a reaction video. So, to not bore you to death, I might cut out some parts so you actually end up not watching the whole episode, sorry. I'll link it in the description. Okay, so let's go! Oh, I forgot to say that it's a pilot.
Wrapping gifts always reminds me of my dad. He wasn't a big gift giver. I can hear him now.
Gifts? When I was a kid, we didn't give gifts. We were too poor. We gave each other headaches.
Dad, I still got mine from last year.
I heard that.
But the truth is, I do have some fond memories of Christmas.
Nice. That resolution though.
When I was a kid growing up in the Midwest, as soon as Thanksgiving was over, everybody seemed to immediately get into the spirit of the season. Except for my family.
Tommy, stop pushing!
We never had a Christmas like the families on TV did. Dad, when are we gonna put up our lights?
When the war was on, we couldn't put up lights.
What? My mom would always interpret for my dad.
Your dad is telling you not this weekend, but next.
What? We're not putting up lights this year. We're conserving energy.
Who is yours?
Too early for this garbage. I mean, there's a fishing show. It's a Christmas show disguised as a fishing show. I knew it. There's a Santa on the boat.
That's a Christmas spirit.
I heard that.
By Christmas time, we always had a ton of snow.
School closures are
Yay.
Districts 119, 204, 221, Districts 807, 516, 214.
Hey, no school! All right, no school today.
Yay! No school! No school! Yeah! No school!
What are you so excited about? You don't even go to school. Hey, Mrs. Stillman, need some help?
Oh, good morning, boys. I know the paper is here somewhere.
We'll find it, Mrs. Stolman.
Oh my god, Tommy's voice is so different from the Polish version.
I'm not supposed to tell you this, but there's snow creatures under here. They grab onto your legs. They pull you into the white hole. Here it is.
Gazetka.
Thank you. You're a sweet boy.
Now, everybody loves to be in a snowball fight, but we all have the fear of getting hit in the ear with that ice ball. Now, I don't care how tough you are.
Ceasefire!
Oh.
No throwing in the ear!
Hey, look, Louie's crying.
I am not crying!
Hey, Louie, you all right?
I'm going in,
Come
okay?
back, Louie.
And even though you got hit in the ear, you'd always limp.
Why you limping? You get hit in the air with an ice ball?
The pain was so bad. I mean, you felt that you could even swear and get away with it. God darn it! Didn't you hear me? Darn it!
What's all the yelling about?
It was so different in the Polish version.
Andy, are you gonna
It
put
wasn't
the
a
lights up
bad
after
word. He only said that it hurt so much. Okay.
Raju, jak to boli? Nikt nie słyszy? Ale boli!
I know how to work with these guys. They buy these trays for $1 each. Then they mark them up about 200%. That's right.
Yeah, I kind of understand.
How much for this tree here without any limbs? That's $35 tree. What? What, are you gonna come over and decorate it for us? I'll give you $3 for it.
Oh my gosh! He's not our legal father.
Give me that saw out of the garage. Go on and get that stand out of the basement.
You mean the stand that came over on the Mayflower?
That's a good stand. Thing's been handed down generation after generation. When I was a kid, we didn't have any stands. We had to take turns holding that tree.
Yeah, right.
You worked on that tree for what, 3-4 hours?
Put it over to the right now. And move the other leg here. Push the thing down.
Every year, the same thing. He'd put it in the stand?
Dad, it's crooked. Put it by the TV. No one will notice. $35, that tree should dance.
And sing.
Well, sooner or later, Mom would talk Dad into stringing up the lights.
Where's the plug? Merry Christmas.
Of course, he'd go all out. Really make us proud.
The squirrel should get some decorations. I've outdone myself once again. Hey, freezing out there. I tell you, I could put some of your mother's relatives out there. Be a good night for them, ain't you?
Here's a treat for you, boy. You know Mrs. Stillman is all alone this Christmas.
Lucky her.
Her son and daughter moved to Florida. She can't afford to fly to see them. She can't afford to buy any presents. She can't even afford to buy a Christmas tree. I don't think she's having any company this year, is invited to any Christmas dinners.
Quiet! I said quiet!
My mom just brushed it off like she did 100 times before, knowing he really didn't mean it.
Well,
But I decided it was time to stick up for my mom. Hey, Dad.
Listen, pal. You be quiet, too.
Quiet? Don't tell me to be quiet. Quiet! You're ruining this whole family.
I have an idea. Now, I put a lovely roast in the oven. It won't be ready for 3 hours.
Medium rare. Just the way I like it.
So, I'm going over to Mrs. Stillman's to offer to take her to the grocery store. And this will allow you enough time to decorate her house.
No, darn it. Now, I've been waiting for this episode all week.
Isn't there an extra box of Christmas lights in the garage? You know, that Janet's daughter's cousin's husband gave to us? You remember?
I put them all up.
Why can't Mrs. Stillman put up her own lights?
Since Mr. Stillman passed, Mrs. Stillman is all alone. She probably can't afford decorations. You understand.
Poor Mrs. Stillman, yeah. Probably collected $100,000 worth of insurance when the old codger kicked. I wouldn't doubt it.
Andy, I'm sure we have an extra box.
Well, we have an extra box. Why don't we put them around my room?
Louie?
They're on the shelf next to the paint thinner.
Get your coat, because you're coming with me. Wow. Darn it. They work. Come on. Let's get this over with. All right, now. Bring that over here.
You, on the ladder. Drop your weapon.
Get that light out of my eye.
Step down from that ladder with your hands up.
How do you suppose I do that?
This is gonna be good.
Get him up, pal.
All right, all right.
Good call, Joe.
Dad, are you okay?
You kidding? I used to jump out of planes without a chute. You got it all wrong.
Keep him up.
I'm a neighbor. I'm just putting up some Christmas tree lights for old lady Stillman. She's lonely.
It doesn't look like anyone's home.
That's the idea. It's a surprise. I live across the street. See?
And you're gonna put lights up here.
It's my lovely wife's idea, officer. And if I don't do it, she'll drive me nuts.
You should have pointed to a different house, pal. We may have believed you.
Cuff him.
Hey, it's the wrong guy. What are you doing?
You have right to remain silent.
I was in a
You
war.
have right to remain silent.
Of course.
Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Hello? Excuse me. I'm Louis Anderson. That's my dad.
That's my kid.
He's telling the truth. The box of lights and stuff is over there.
You can put your hands down now, son.
Son, I said you can put your hands down.
They are down, sir.
All right, Mr. Anderson, you may resume your work.
One word of advice. This house better look a heck of a lot better than your house, or we'll be back.
Oh God.
Deck the halls with
What the heck? I'm falling!
That man's running, Mrs. Stillman!
This moment must have been very difficult to translate because it's kind of a pun that they're singing Deck the Halls where there's fa la 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 la, right? And he's falling at the very moment. So in the Polish version, since Deck the Halls doesn't have a Polish version, I think, instead of the original Deck the Halls lyrics, they sang something about falling off a hill. It's more like sliding off a hill, but it was a play on words, so it was still something about falling. So yeah, they kind of did a good job in here.
Razem z górki na
Get him! You crook!
Stop!
Normandy again!
Louie, help us out!
What's the big idea?
Oh, no, this thing!
That's your dad, Louie? We're in trouble.
And Mike's voice is also so different. He has such a manly voice in the Polish version.
You can say that again.
I love this part.
Ouch! We're surprising Mrs. Stillman by decorating her house.
Yay.
The kids all liked Mrs. Stillman. A couple of them ran home to see if they could find some extra lights, which really irritated my dad. He hated it when people helped him. He'd much rather do it himself and then complain all the way home.
This is so exciting.
This better work. For
Whoops.
crying out loud, now what?
Hey guys, here they come!
Are you sure it's my car?
I'd know that piece of junk Green Rambler any day.
That car's a classic.
Where are they? Oh, what are we gonna do? The lights aren't on yet.
Don't worry, we got all night. That clunker won't make it around the corner.
Hey, Dad! Look! Look for the plug.
Oh. Here.
Oh no.
Hurry up, here they come!
Stand back. I know what I'm doing here. I'm an electrician.
Uh-huh.
Whoa!
Right.
We did it!
Yay!
Oh my! I can't believe it! What? This is beautiful!
My dad had done it. The electrical wizard that he was had single-handedly, with the help of some wet snow, managed to jumpstart the lights. And I think seeing Mrs. Stillman's reaction to the surprise really touched my dad's heart.
Wait till that old bird sees her electric bill. She'll wish she was married to Edison. Hey, Anderson. Nice job. Not too bad, huh?
You gonna help the lady take this stuff down in January?
Yeah, right. He'll probably never do it. And there will be references to that in other episodes.
Oh, great. I'll give you 3 guesses who Dad nominated for that job. Mrs. Stillman made hot chocolate, and we sang Christmas carols. My dad didn't join us. He'd had enough socializing for one night. He went home to spread holiday cheer.
I don't
with the
remember
rest of the
if they actually sang Silent Night in Polish because it has a Polish translation. Can't remember.
I was real proud of my dad that night. Later, we realized why Mrs. Stillman didn't put up Christmas decorations. She was Jewish. Regardless, it was a special Christmas for me and the entire neighborhood. Christmas morning was special, too. My dad would announce the price of each gift, as
Yay.
it was open.
Now, if they're happy, this sled was about $12 and won't be eaten for a month, but they can slide down the hill. Maybe they'll hit a deer, and then we'll be able to cook it. Yeah. The only way to break even on that deal.
Wow!
You better like that. I had to take out a second mortgage on the house to pay for it, and we don't even own this house.
Here, Dad. Open mine.
For me? Thank you very much. I need some help. Hey! I've been looking for these tools!
It's a prank, bro.
You got me. All right, Mr. Funny Guy. Very amusing. Just like his old man. So where's the real present? Come on, let's see it. What'd you really give me? A little something for the head of the household? A little booty for the breadwinner? A little hail to the chief? You wouldn't stiff your old man, would you? Would you? Louie? Son? Friend?
This year, I'm giving my dad a gift that he'll really love. I'm giving him his jumper cables back. Well, I hope you enjoyed Life with Louie. From
Wasn't he
my family
dead
members,
already
I
when
hope
he
you
was
have a
this
great
age?
holiday season.
Probably. Well, it's not fully based on facts, right? But most of it is. Yeah, so that was Life with Louie in English, and I actually understood pretty much everything. Maybe except the things that Andy was pretty much whispering. So in the English version, they all have this, I don't know if it's a Wisconsin type of accent, but it's definitely an accent. Some kind of a village accent or something like that. And in the Polish version, they speak pretty much perfect Polish, so it's very different, and it's really hard to watch in the original because you're just not used to hearing that accent. So kind of a redneck accent, right? But it also makes the cartoon very original and very authentic, so I kind of like it actually. Yeah, that was a nice episode. I hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, Merry Christmas or Merry whatever you're celebrating, and just have a nice life, you know. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like the video, and see you in the next one. Bye. Eat a lot. Remember to eat a lot, okay? Bye.
Pani Stillman dała nam gorącej czekolady, a potem śpiewaliśmy kolędy.
Święta noc.
Trzeba potrenować.
Wszystko słyszę.